Automotive Group, Tri-City National Bank, your local Carrier dealers, Lakeland University, Z-Bart, Cannon and Dunphy, Loyal Family Renovations, Tsunami Express Car Wash, Steamfitters Local 601, Big Fish Contracting, SVA, a professional services company, WeatherTight, and Network Health on the home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Hey fans, the Brew Crew are hot and so are the summer temps. Now is the perfect time to step up your comfort game with a new Carrier home comfort system to keep your home cool all summer long. Ask your local dealer about local Wisconsin focus on energy rebates and financing for qualified buyers. Turn to the experts at Carrier. We've got you covered so you can get back to cheering on the crew. Carrier, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Find your local dealer at carriermilwaukee.com.
Are you looking for an accounting firm that can service your growing business's needs? SVA Certified Public Accountants will deliver your organization with measurable results in the areas of tax planning, consulting, outsourced accounting, succession planning, and more. Nationally recognized by Forbes as one of America's best accounting and tax firms, yet local to the Midwest, we've got the knowledge and expertise to take your business to the next level. Go to sva.com/baseball to learn how we can provide your business with measurable results.
It's always a beautiful experience coming out to the ballpark. Many fans prep in the parking lot amongst our legendary tailgaters. When you're ready for new windows and doors, prep for those at the Pella Experience Center in Brookfield. See, feel, open, close, and compare dozens of window and door options from different Pella lines side by side. And if you order by July 31st, get 0% interest for up to 5 years on Blue Mountain Road, or visit PellaWI.com today.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire up your fantasy, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Covering the crew all season long on WTMJ, it's Brewers Extra Innings. Now live from American Family Field, here's your host, Dominic Cotroneo.
Well, never a doubt. Had it the whole way. Oh, no problems at all. Saw that coming all the way. How about it? Brewers win. Wow. Snatching back. 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning in the blink of an eye. I mean, that happened really, really fast. Caleb Durban wins it. Andrew Vaughn tied it. There's no sense in waiting. Jerry Augustine's with us. We'll talk to him in a moment. But first, in case you missed it or you want to hear it again, let's get you the highlight recap.
Ready for this?
Out of here!
This?
Brought it back! Ho, ho, ho!
And this?
It is gone!
Time for tonight's highlights.
All right, Game 2, Nats and Brewers. Brandon Woodruff, the headline, of course, making his first home start in nearly 2 calendar years. Going up against Shinosuke Ogasawara. And Crafty Lefty was pretty crafty early in this one, but Big Woo picked up where he left off in Miami. He had 8 Ks in 6 innings in that one.
Bell will take off for the pitch. And now the payoff. Struck him out swinging. Fastball right down the middle, and the inning ends.
It would be some foreshadowing for what the day would be like for Big Woo, but he did make a couple of mistakes today. A couple of hangers. One from Dalen Lyle gets a wall scraper over the right field yellow line. That was a solo shot in the second. Then a hanging slider in the 4th. Didn't come back for Brady House, his first big league home run. It's 2-0 Nationals heading to the bottom of the 4th inning against Ogasawara. Granted, the Brewers getting their second look at him, and they get base runners. A hit by pitch to Sal Frelick. William Contreras single through the left side. 2 men aboard for Jackson Chourio.
Chourio, liner into left. Back on it, and jumping, and over his head is Wood. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Frelick around third. He's going to score. Stopping at third is Contreras.
It was misplayed by Wood. He broke in. It was over his head. You ask any outfielder, the hardest ball to read is the one right at you. Yelich would strike out against Ogasawara. And then Andrew Vaughn. I mean, they're already starting to draft plans of a statue.
0-1 to Vaughn. And a liner down the left field line, fair. Contreras
trots home. Chourio jogging around third. He will score. It is a 2-run double for Vaughn, the RBI machine, and the Brewers have taken a 3-2 lead.
He's got an RBI in each of his first 5 games as a Brewer. Brandon Woodruff back out there for the 5th inning and adds another notch for his strikeout belt.
And the 2-2 again. Check swing. He went around. That's strikeout number 10 for Woodruff. His 20th career 10 or more strikeout ball game. And his changeup is on point this afternoon.
That is the second most in franchise history, only 3 back of Corbin Burns. But Woodruff was done after 81 pitches. He allowed a single, but nothing else there in the 5th. He was not eligible for the win. Then traffic kept going against the Brewers bullpen. They left 2 stranded in the 6th. They left 1 stranded in the 7th. Uribe comes back out for the 8th inning, and a hanging 2-0 breaking ball to Brady House again. He got his first big league homer, then he gets his first big league multi-homer game. So that makes it a 4-3 Nationals lead. Meanwhile, Washington's bullpen held the Brewers in check. The Nats added a sac fly insurance run in the 9th inning from C.J. Abrams. So now you're really down in the dumps. The Brewers had an opportunity squandered in the 8th. Now, 9th inning. 5-3, Nats with the lead, going up against Kyle Finnegan, who does not have a save since June 6th. Chourio, leadoff infield single. Yelich, 4-pitch walk. And now, look at Yelich cut those bags.
First pitch. Line drive, base hit, right center. It's headed into the gap and all the way to the wall. Chourio's in. Yelich is going to score, and we are tied. It's Vaughn's world, and we're just living in it.
Two RBI doubles for Andrew Vaughn. That tied the game. Then it was Jake Bauers pinch hitting. He hit a little chopper to third. Monasterio running for Vaughn at second. Little chopper seems innocent, right? Well, nobody covered third on the throw. Monasterio gets the third, a key 90 feet to set the stage for Caleb Durban.
Line drive, base hit, ball game over. Caleb Durban does it again. 6-5 the final as the Brewers come off the mat, beat Finnegan and beat the Nats. And the winning streak is up to 6 for the Brewers. Unbelievable.
Jeff Levering on the call. How about it? That's 6 wins in a row. Let's break it all down coming up next with Jerry Augustine. 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620 right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
With a dedicated Milwaukee team, Fifth Third Bank knows what success looks like. For 15 years, we've been serving businesses, organizations, and individuals in the area with a long-standing commitment to the healthcare and not-for-profit sectors. Whether it's expansion to commercial payments, Fifth Third offers a full suite of financial services and solutions to navigate your organization's complex needs. Experience the difference with Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Get in on Brewers and Nationals action July 11th through the 13th. Celebrate with the crew at the Negro Leagues tribute game on the 11th and get a 90s throwback jersey on the 12th. Get your seats now at Brewers.com.
It's here on consignment from over 10,000 nationwide partners. From very high-end, distinctive furniture, unique antiques and original art, to tasteful home decor that can fit almost any budget. Premium home decor priced right at 25 to 40% off retail prices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Smart interior designers know that what they'll see here is going to be almost impossible to find anywhere else, especially at our consignment prices. Premium home decor that's gently loved and close to new. And what we carry can raise the wow factor of anyone's home decor. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Trust in your family's comfort at home with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. They're the oldest family-owned HVAC company in southeast Wisconsin. 4 generations of Ciders, and their highly trained technicians provide a one-stop shop for all home and business comfort needs, including an emergency service line that's always live and a 12-year parts and labor warranty on all Daikin products. Get peace of mind by scheduling maintenance today with Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical. That's SEIDER, cider.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Brewers win. Hit the glory days. 6-5 the final over that. It's another series win, and it's 6 consecutive W's. Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Fifth Third Bank. If you're looking for a banking partner that truly understands your business needs, look no further than Fifth Third Bank. They've got a local team right here in Milwaukee and know how to hit it out of the park every time. And for 15 years, they've been serving our community with industry-specific expertise and local decision-making that helps your business thrive. Experience the unique commercial banking value only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Jerry Augustine, Dom Cotroneo. Augie, I was talking to you here in the break. The Brewers didn't deserve to win this game. I mean, they didn't play up to their snuff, but yet the cream always rises. In the 9th inning, better late than never, they put some quality ABs together. They made 2 great base running plays, Yelly scoring from first on a double, and Monasterio getting a free 90 after the lapse of judgment from C.J. Abrams on the Nats. But sometimes you win games you're not supposed to win, and you sit here and smile and celebrate them.
I agree with you. And you look at when you look at 2 teams, you look at the Nationals and you look at the Brewers. The Nationals are 19 games under 500, and you can see they're aggressive. They play, but they make a lot of mistakes. In the 9th inning, we discussed on some of the misplays or missed the way they were positioned in the field. That really made a difference in that inning and helped the Brewers score 3 runs. But you look at the Brewers, aggressive. They continue to be aggressive. Number 1 on the bases running with the bat, swinging the bat, hitting the ball the opposite way. I thought the 9th inning was a classic example of what you do when you get guys on base hitting the ball the opposite way, taking advantage of a struggling pitcher that hasn't gotten a save in a while, is just trying to get through and hopefully get a save with a 2-run lead. And then the abilities of good, solid pitching when you need it, and defense. Defensively, they were solid today, and that's when the Brewers, when you play that well, you play consistently, you end up above 500. That's a difference in 19 below and 15 above. And the Brewers are really playing that team that's very aggressive, very positive, doing the things right, and that's why they're 15 games over 500.
I mean, their offense was missing from innings 5 through 8, really. I know they got 2 men on in the 8th, and William would like to have that double playback, but, I mean, they survived really just going through the motions, playing a team that were better. We got our loaded bullpen today. We'll be fine. And then it's, okay. It's a phrase that Pat Murphy uses a lot. You can hear the bell, and when you step in the ring, to use a boxing analogy, you don't know boxing until you get punched in the mouth for the first time. And that's what the Brewers. Oh, okay, yeah, a 2-run homer from a 2-homer game from a rookie that hadn't hit a home run in his big league career prior. Okay, punch in the mouth. Let's go. Let's wake things up. And sometimes winning ugly is still winning, and I wouldn't even call this an ugly win because the Brewers took advantage of every mistake the Nationals made today, meaning you look obviously in the 9th inning, the biggest one is Abrams not covering third, but even yet we were talking in between, like the inattentional walk to Bryce Terang made sense.
That's right.
But why not walk Durban, a guy who has a knack for contact, and Joey's obviously going through it, but I feel like any stats department would tell you got to face Joey, because if Sal Frelick comes up with the bases loaded or that sort of thing, like let's say you strike out Joey Ortiz and there's only 2 outs in the inning, it's like, all right, now or never, but you do still have the opportunity to get a double play like you did in the 8th inning. It's just some little things that the Brewers took advantage of that the Nats didn't pay attention to detail on.
I thought the Nats really made a mistake in not playing really good situation baseball, and that starts right from the beginning of the inning. When you look at a guy, you got Cheerio up, and he changes the complex of how you face guys, and they had the third baseman that was playing even with the base or a step in. Cheerio gets the ball and gets a high hopper, which if he's playing back in a traditional, maybe a ball right to him. Cheerio gets on base. base. Then you got the walk to Yelly. But then when you look at what was done in that inning, the way they positioned, and I totally agree. I didn't quite understand how you walk intentionally. You watch Trang, and he goes. He's going to go to second base, and then you pitch to Durban, who over his last 25 games is hitting over 350 and swings the bat, doesn't strike out, and lastly, he's fast. He doesn't hit into double plays. So you take advantage of the positioning that the Brewers had, because if you walk Durban, now you can play the first baseman back. Now you're playing for a possible double play. So the positioning of the field, the Brewers really did a great job of putting the ball in play, taking advantage of the positioning of the Nationals, and were able to score 3 runs and win the ball game.
And then the other mistake, of course, James Wood misplaying the ball in left field.
That's
that led
right.
to an RBI, kept that inning going in the 4th inning for Churio's RBI double. But still, you look at it for the Crew, the offense is the story. I mean,
that's right.
Brandon Woodruff pitched into the 5th, and we'll talk about Woody in the next segment. But the offense continues to be the story and the reason the Brewers are winning games, because maybe a month and a half ago, we're talking about, as long as they get to 4, when they're getting to 6, they're getting to 8, they're getting to 9 against the Dodgers. I mean, this offense is firing. I mean, dare I say, it's a bad time to have an all-star break?
Well, I think one thing you see about a team that's a pennant contender is a team that, sometimes it's early in the game, sometimes it's late in the game, but they have different guys coming through. And we saw that early in the season when we'd sit up here and go questioning, hey, we need more production out of the back part of the lineup. You're starting to get that. You're not getting it on maybe a consistent basis, but you're getting it when you need it. You're getting good at-bats when they go up there and they give you good at-bats. As the games go along, the Milwaukee Brewers give you better and better and better at-bats to the teams that they're playing. And I think that has to do a lot with, they're finding out that they can do things. You're in the game is played for 27 outs, and you're always if you're in the game, you can always do something that helps your team. And I think that's what every player that puts on a Brewer uniform thinks, and that's the way they go about their job, and that's the way the Murph coaches, and that's the way they come out and portray themselves, and that's why they're playing such good baseball.
Yep. Well, let's get to the phone lines here. 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. Nick in Brookfield, you're live on Brewers Extra Innings.
Hey, Dom, was at the game today? The crowd was a real vibe. I don't know how it felt for you, but I wanted to ask a couple questions, if you're cool with that.
Go for it.
All right, first question about the offense. Which hit do you think was more clutch, Andrews or Caleb's?
I mean, anytime you win the game is obviously it, but you have to set the stage to win the game, right, Augie? And
that's right.
Andrew Vaughn, with the first 2 guys getting aboard, the only job was get the ball out of the infield, and certainly did it there.
Yeah, he did such a great job. When you're put in a position where you get up and use. I think when you look at the studying, the way these guys approach the game, when you look at the way Finnegan was pitching the first 2 guys, the ball that Cherry hit was a little ball on the outside part of the plate. He went down and chopped it up and got it over the third baseman's head, but he wasn't even close to pitching to Yelly. None of those pitches were even close. So when Vaughn comes up, what is he looking for? He's probably going to come with a strike on the outside part of the plate, or he's going to get something over the plate. Vaughn did an excellent job of not saying, I'm going to try to drive the ballpark. I'm going to go with the ball, and he hit the ball to right center, one of the big keys to that inning.
I mean, it's sometimes one of the things, and Nick, I'll get your second question here too. You hear about it. He clearly pitched around Yelich.
That's right.
And sometimes that, you may be thinking, he just did a 4-pitch walk. Well, that wasn't a real 4-pitch walk. That was intentional, unintentional walk. So that first pitch you're going to get is kind of the best pitch to attack on, and Vaughn was ready for it. Your second question, Nick?
This is about Brandon Woodruff. It's nothing against his performance today. He did really great with 10 strikeouts, but I'm wondering if you think he'll be in a Brewer uniform past this season.
I think that the Brewers understood the risk they were taking coming into this year of, hey, signed him to a 2-year deal, understanding it was going to be backloaded into this year. Mind you, there is a technical mutual option for next year, as just like it sounds. Both parties have to mutually agree. It's worth $20 million. There's a $5 million buyout. But the point being is the Brewers did good by Brandon Woodruff by giving him a 2-year deal to say, hey, we knew you were bound for free agency after the end of the 2024 season. You didn't get a chance to get that proper audition into free agency, so let's give you the opportunity to do so. That being said, mutual options are almost never picked up. And I think this is a mutual understanding of somebody's going to come over the top and just say, hey, here's a bucket full of cash that the Brewers just don't give to starting pitchers. At the same time, the Brewers have the depth and ready to go to replace it. I don't want to talk about replacing Brandon Woodruff today because we should be celebrating the fact that he had 10 strikeouts today. But just a reminder, enjoy it. He has done everything you can ask for. He is easily on the Mount Rushmore of pitchers in Brewers franchise history.
Yeah, there's no question. He passed 800 strikeouts today.
Yeah.
That's pretty fantastic into the seventh in the history of this ball club. But I think when you look at Woody Dom, I think you almost put him in the same position as a Miz. And you know what? You're saying, how can you even do that? But I think what you're doing is, Mizorowski, what they're doing, they're just allowing him to pitch. They're just saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to go out and give you a list of things we got to accomplish this day or this day or this day. We just want you to go out and perform, see what you do, see what your confidence has, your quality pitches that you have on the mound, the way you go about your job, how you work on sequences, how you go and approach each and every game, and how you grow as a major league pitcher. Well, Woody's no different. He's coming off a big injury, and they're going to let Woody go out and just do what Woody does. Woody's the kind of guy, he's a warrior. I think his value to this ball club is way beyond what he does on that mound. He is such a valuable inside that clubhouse that you have to take that into consideration. But Woody on the mound from now until the end of the year is going to get enough starts, but by the end of the year, you're going to be able to make a judgment. You're going to be able to see where he is. You're going to see what his value is to this ball club. He's a leader. He's a warrior. And I'm going to tell you what, I'll take him on the mound anytime on any pitcher I've ever known, because this guy just goes out and he gives you everything he's got.
I agree entirely. Thanks for the call there, Nick. Text from Bob from Sycamore, Illinois. Brewers and White Sox fan. I like it. You're picking one AL, one NL. Andrew Vaughn has to feel like he was let out of jail when the White Sox traded him to the Brewers. There's something to a change of scenery, folks. We'll talk a little bit more about Woody's outing and what made it tick for him. 10 Ks for Woody. The Brewers win 6-5 right here on your home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
Summer is finally here. We're outside and maybe noticing the condition of our old windows. Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors, your local experts in stylish, energy-efficient replacement windows. Boost your curb appeal with top brands like Pella, Anderson, and Marvin, tailored to fit your home, your style, and your budget. Plus, installation by employee carpenters. Wood, vinyl, fiberglass, all on display in their newly remodeled New Berlin showroom. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. Visit hometownwindows.com today.
Have you seen the Milo bedroom at Penny Mustard Furnishings?
You know it, Daddy-O, and it's boss. I mean, if you don't dig the mod mood of the Milo bedroom, you're Dullsville.
Ben.
What's your bag, man?
Why are you talking like that?
I think I know. He's saying the Milo bedroom from Penny Mustard takes you back to the times of Mad Men, martinis, and mop tops.
Right on, Nicole.
Oh, well, I agree. It's refreshingly retro. I love Milo's clean, streamlined look.
It's a gas.
Sophisticrafted in the USA with solid wood and scaled to fit any room.
What you mean to say is, the Milo bedroom is perfect for your pad.
Yeah, dude. It's totally bodacious.
Wrong decade, Arvid.
Oh.
Don't be so square, man.
The Milo bedroom with queen platform bed, 6-drawer dresser, mirror, and 3-drawer nightstand, starting at $52.09 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Groovier versions of what people dig.
Penny Mustard Furnishing.
Hey, this is WTMJ's Steve Scavidi here to talk about my brand new show, WTMJ Outdoors. We love the outdoors in the great state of Wisconsin and beyond. We're going to talk with outdoors experts, bicycling, resort owners, rock climbers, hunting and fishing, camping, all things Wisconsin outdoors. Join us every Saturday, 2 to 3, right here on 620 WTMJ.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
Brewers Extra Innings is brought to you by Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electric. If your air conditioner isn't keeping up, now's time to upgrade. Cider Heating, Plumbing, and Electrical is offering $1,500 off new central air systems now through the end of July. Stay cool, save money, and trust the team that's been keeping Wisconsin comfortable for over a century. Visit cider.com, SEIDER, to schedule your free estimate. With Jerry Augustine, I'm Dom Cotroneo. Brewers win 6-5. Brandon Woodruff's first return home. A couple of texts referring to this as well as the Brewers really enjoying it. 6-game winning streak here this one from Aaron in Illinois. Wow, we really needed one of those just to validate that we can win this game. The fuse was lit, but this is what really started to fan the flame and put doubt in Finnegan's mind was the great at-bat by Yelly in the ninth, dropping 4 pitches there. And you can't overlook 10 Ks by Woody. Might need to send Savali a thank you card for requesting a trade. This one from Reggie in Milwaukee. Vaughn has to be NL Player of the Week, right? Yeah, absolutely. At this point, he's got 10 RBIs this week. Unbelievable. And then, furthermore, this one made me smile too. From Doug, this season is starting to look like it's meant to be. Everything falling into place. They just keep the magic going, and Vaughn brought it today. I think it's no coincidence, Jerry. The Brewers go on a 6-game winning streak, coinciding with Brandon Woodruff's return to the active roster. And, until today, they had essentially had a quality start from each of their bulk guys. Now, Priester's not technically a quality start yesterday, but he went 6 innings and allowed less than 3 earned runs. I'm counting that. So, until today, they had handled it with the starting pitching. Brandon Woodruff today, shortened outing, 81 pitches. He's probably going to pitch against the Dodgers over the weekend. But, man, there were so many strikes. He filled it up once again, just like we saw in Miami.
Well, you're seeing, he's just trying to find himself, and that's the quality that he has. He's trying to see exactly where he wants to be in the quality of his pitches. I thought his secondary pitches were pretty good today. It looked like he had a really good changeup. But that is a pitch that he was before he got hurt. That was a pitch that he was really starting to get control of and use a lot. But it's not only that. He uses the 4-seam fastball, which he can ride up on the inside part of the plate. He can locate it very well. The 2-seam fastball looked like he was throwing that a little bit, and he had a little bit of action on it. But I thought the changeup was really a good pitch for him today. It looked like he was making good pitches with it and using his other off-speed pitches for quality. I think each and every time up he's going to learn something new about himself. Mm-hmm. And it just everything takes time. And I think you agree with me that he threw a lot of pitches today. I thought he made quality pitches, and I think each and every time out, I think you're going to see him be more quality, more understanding of where he's at, and be able to adapt to the situation. But he's a guy. He's a warrior. He goes out there and he gives you everything he's got, and he's going to give you the best he's got, and he did that today.
We talked about the concerns about velo with Woodruff before his first start last Sunday of what's it going to look like from what we've seen in the minor leagues. And we saw him touch 96, some 95s in that one. Today, he didn't get past 94. In fact, he didn't technically get past 94. His fastest pitch today was 93.9. So I'm not concerned about that, especially because the command continues to be there. Of the 18 batters he faced today, he threw a first pitch strike to 14 of them. Furthermore, of those 18 batters, they had 13 of the 18 batters had 2 strikes on them. I mean, he is getting ahead. Maybe he doesn't have the giddy-up of the 98 where he can put you away quickly after that, but now he's learning, hey, the changeup can play, the slider can play. Didn't throw many breaking balls today, but you're right. He's becoming a pitchability guy when the fastball isn't quite being that 96 pop like we've seen before.
Well, you look at his stats and where he's pitched. I kind of looked at him. He's pitched 10 in the third innings. He's given up 7 hits, no walks, 18 punch-outs.
That's a good call.
That's really strong. And I think with Woody, when you look at what he's trying to do is he's trying to really find himself that he can go out and locate the ball and he can get ahead. The biggest thing with a pitcher with his expertise that he has on the mound as a warrior, I think the biggest thing with him is getting to 2 strike counts. 2 strike counts are big, but staying away from the 3-2 strike counts or the ball 2-0 counts. He's getting to the 1-2, 0-2 counts early in the count. That means what? He's throwing strikes, he's using all his pitches, and he's pitching ahead. And that's what you want to do. You want to pitch ahead in order to be successful. As he goes along, I think velocity is going to come. I think velocity at times is going to come, and he's going to have games where he's getting at 95, 96 and reaching back. We saw that down in Miami. When he wanted it, he went and got it.
Yeah.
I think today was more kind of in the area where I'm just going to locate my pitch, stay ahead, and I'm going to pitch this young, aggressive national team. I'm going to make sure that I'm ahead in the count. I'm going to make good things happen.
He was fantastic. This was a good note from Kurt Hogue of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Brewers pitchers combined had 1 10-strikeout, 0-walk game in the time between Brandon Woodruff's absence. So since September of 2023 to now, the Brewers only had 1 10K, 0-walk game, and then Brandon Woodruff in his second start back does it himself. I mean, that's
amazing.
That's pretty amazing. That's some impact that he has.
What a stat. You would never think of that.
Right.
With this staff, the way they throw the baseball, you would never think of that. But, there's where you talk about the pedigree of a guy like a Brandon Woodruff, going out there, showing the younger pitchers that, hey, you know what? It's about being quality. It's about pitching ahead. It's about throwing strikes. It's about using your whole repertoire when you go out there and being aggressive in the strike zone. And I think that's already paid off. And I'll tell you what, if I'm a young pitcher sitting outside and I'm watching Brandon Woodruff, every time he walks out there, I'm going to learn something new.
He's been fantastic so far, and I think the Brewers are really happy that this gamble has paid off for the 2-year deal. And granted, they have depth more than you know. I mean, it is quite the treasure of riches right now for the Brewers. I mean, Logan Henderson is pitching in AAA tonight. Chad Patrick went 6 strong yesterday against Durham. I mean, you've still got Miz, who's going to the All-Star game. You've still got Tobias Myers, who's here because Ashby's on the paternity list. Congratulations to the Ashbys, by the way. But the point being, the Brewers have the number one currency. And, they traded one of the guys that was on their opening day roster in Aaron Savali. Oh, by the way, Nestor Cortez is probably 2 rehab outings away from coming back. Like, the Brewers are set up with the arms, and with the offense performing the way it is, you can survive with 5-6 out of Brandon Woodruff, and you're going to get length in other areas.
Yeah, I know you always give credit to Matt Arnold and his people that go out and get some quality people and find these good young pitchers that can come and throw strikes. But when the thing that goes along it is that what does it take to be a major league pitcher? Yes, the physical part. We see what these guys do, Patrick and all these guys with the great pitches they have. When you let Tobias Harris, when he's really staying behind himself, got the good breaking ball to change up away, they do that. But it's that education part that's been so important. I think Chris Hook and Henderson do such a great job of saying, hey, you know what? As good as you are physically, you have to be as good mentally, and you go out and pitch the game the way it's supposed to be pitched and know your strengths. Let's take what you do good, let's make it better, and let's take what you're struggling with and make that better, and you're going to be a really good pitcher, and they do a great job of it.
Ready for a sweep tomorrow? You want to get it done with Freddie on the mound?
I'll tell you what, I can't wait for Freddie. I call him the Carnival. Because I'll tell you what, tomorrow's going to be special. He's got they have a chance to have a sweep, a homestand.
Yeah.
Before the All-Star break, 1 game behind the Cubbies, and it's Freddie on the mound. What a fun day at the ballpark tomorrow. I think we're going to have a lot of fun.
And then you could set up the rotation going to L.A. coming out of the break where maybe Woodruff goes Friday or Saturday.
That's right.
You could double up with Freddie since he's not going to pitch in the All-Star game. He could go Friday or Saturday.
That's right.
You can debate if you want Miz after him pitching on Tuesday. Do you want him Sunday? Do you hold him to Monday or Tuesday against the Mariners? Oh, by the way, you've got Jose Quintana available. I mean, the Brewers, they're in a really good spot right now to get ready to go out west out of the break.
Dom, such a tough position to be in, isn't it? When you got quality pitching like that, what you do and how you do it. And I think Murph and when you talk about Chris Hook and the way they go about it and analyzing how they want to go about it, they've done just an awesome job. And it was fun to watch Murph way he worked today. He was going situational the whole game. You could see it right from the beginning, and that's good. You do things to make your team better, and I'll tell you what, this pitching staff is pretty good.
And I actually was thinking in step every move that Murph made. I know Uribe had the tough 8th inning, but this is where the Brewers, they sense the game's most important innings were the 7th and 8th. They're not going to throw McGill in that situation.
That's right.
Uribe has had 2 days of rest. Go get him, and he didn't get the guy. All right, that's baseball. But he'll be back and ready to go tomorrow and try to get back on the horse and try to get a win.
Well, we talk about this bullpen. I think it's still the best in baseball, and I've said it from the beginning. I think what they got out there and it's only going to get better. So it's fun to watch, fun to look at, and let's turn it to tomorrow.
Try to get it one more tomorrow. All right, Jerry, we'll talk to you tomorrow, and appreciate your time as always.
Great being with you.
All right, Jerry Augustine on 620 WTMJ. We're going to hear from Caleb Durban. We're going to hear from Pat Murphy. All that coming up here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Attention, car buyers. If you're in the market for a new vehicle, buy it now from the International Autos Group and save thousands. Current in-stock vehicles are unaffected by tariffs. Drive into summer in a beautiful new BMW, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, or Hyundai and avoid upcoming tariffs. Buy now and save up to $10,000. The International Autos Group, where our ordinary needs to be extraordinary. Visit iamilwaukee.com. Savings off MSRP on select new models.
When you need commercial or residential plumbing service, you need it now. Call Quality. We have over a 60-year track record of taking care of people. And with over 60 vehicles ready to respond to your needs, we'll be there in a hurry, so you won't have to worry. This is Anthony Zaneski. For commercial or residential plumbing service, call Quality and get the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. At Quality, we offer the most respected brand names in heating and air conditioning. Armstrong and Carrier. It doesn't get any better. And our technicians are top-notch. I know, because I handpicked every one of them. They're vetted and thoroughly trained. Hey, they're the cream of the crop. And that's why our quality workmanship guarantee is the strongest in the business.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Adair Floors has the newest flooring styles. Luxury vinyl flooring in plank and tile looks. Or choose from carpeting, hardwood, and porcelain tile. Flooring for every room in your home. Get personal care from Adair. Adair Floors and Remodeling, South 27th Street in Franklin.
You know the voice.
Fly ball, right field, out of here!
You know the iconic calls.
Fly ball, deep right! Back to back!
And you know he's our Brewers 360 guest on Wisconsin's Morning News. Every Wednesday at 8:45, it's Brewers broadcaster Jeff Levering. Brewers 360 is sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited and Big Fish Contracting. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. This is Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Welcome back. 855-616-1620. Again, 855-616-1620. The Saudi Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Brewers win in walk-off fashion. Caleb Durban gets it done today. Here resetting at the top of the hour. 6-5 over the Nats. I'm Dom Cotroneo. We're going to hear from Caleb in just a moment. But he's not our International Autos Group player of the game. Brought to you by International Autos Group. Just like the game's MVP, you can drive into summer in style and save up to $10,000 on in-stock BMWs, Audis, Mercedes-Benz, and more. No tariffs, just huge savings. Visit i8milwaukee.com. International Autos Group, where ordinary needs to be extraordinary. You know, the Brewers, the joke, and I still believe this, but the joke, oh, they need a bat, they need a bat, they need a bat. Well, this texter agrees with this. Well, we need a bat before the deadline. Checks notes. We already got one. That one's Tom from SD, so appreciate that one from Tom. Also, this one from Brian from Fredonia. Bunch of dogs on this team. Love to see the fight and the grit to rally. I think we should include Durban and Vaughn with Sal to make it a short king summer. I mean, you got Durban's a short king, Sal's a short king. Joey's 5'11", 6 foot. Bryce is 6 foot. Vaughn's probably 6 foot. But then you go, you know, you just, I call them Tinder 6-footers. Now, most of these guys are very taken, but it's a joke. You know, lighten up. No big deal. Caleb Durban, short king summer. He had the walk-off winner. Here's what he had to say to Josh Mauer after the game.
Caleb is on with us on the headset downstairs. Thanks for sticking around, Caleb. I like making a habit of this.
Yeah, no, it's good. I can definitely get used to this.
Man, you've done this 3 times. You're a rookie, where you ended up winning the game in walk-off fashion. You had the sac fly against the Red Sox. Of course, the home run against the Padres. Today, it's a single to the opposite field to beat the Nationals. Is there a clutch gene that you need for those kind of moments? What is it that's giving you the opportunity to be so excellent in these spots?
Yeah, you know, I mean, credit to my teammates for, you know, getting us in that position to start. Heart was definitely racing, you know, when they walked Harang, and you just kind of take it as a challenge, you know. They want you at the plate, so you kind of got to, you know, get some guts and make them pay for it.
When you are standing on deck, and by the way, I guess I should start by saying the whole inning seemed to kind of evolve very quickly. It wasn't one of those long-lasting 3-run game-winning rallies. It kind of felt like boom, 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 and all of a sudden the game was tied, and then you're standing on deck and you see that they're going to walk Bryce Harang to bring you up with the winning run at third base. What's going through your head at that moment?
Yeah, it did happen quick. I mean, Churio got on first pitch, and then I think 4 straight to Yelly, and then from there it was like, next thing you know, we're tied, and I'm in the hole. So, you know, it happened quick, which was good, and having a lot of time to think about it. You know, I blinked and I was at the plate with the winning run at third. So, honestly kind of better that way. You don't got any time to overthink. You're just trying to keep it simple and do the job.
You took the first pitch, and that is the play in which Bryce Durant took second base. But you took a pretty good pitch down the middle. Was that intentional to see one there from Finnegan? It was the first time you'd faced him?
Yeah, I wasn't terribly. I was feeling really good at the plate with 2 strikes recently, especially today. So was going to make him pitch to me. Obviously was a good pitch. Like, if I go back, probably taking a pretty good swing at that one with Bryce in motion. If I hit it on the ground, it's all right because, the double play's not there with him moving. But, yeah, general approach, I wasn't afraid to see a lot of pitches there.
And then the next pitch. Tell me what you saw and how you got it down in the right field corner past the first base.
Yeah, I mean, it was a heater. It got a little in on me, so I assume it was a little in on the plate, but a pitch I could handle, a heater. I knew he was fastball heavy, so was kind of looking at that. I thought, in the back of my mind, maybe he comes slider to, try to freeze me on that, so I was kind of ready for that, but I saw a heater out of the hand and was elevated, and I like it up in the zone, so I was able to do something with it.
I was kind of joking when I said we could get used to this, but you are making a habit of winning games either in the 9th or the 10th innings. Can you put into perspective, Caleb, how that has felt to be able to do that now 3 different times as a rookie in your first really just 3 months in the major leagues?
It's really cool. I think it's helped me settle in a lot, just being in big spots like that, even if it's not in the last inning. Being in RBI opportunities to drive runs in and really impact the game. Kind of my, being comfortable there and being able to kind of, settle down in those spots and come through, that only boosts your confidence, a lot. So definitely has helped me settle in a lot. And obviously you want to be in those big spots in big games. Playoff atmosphere, every at-bat is huge. So definitely prepares you for that.
One more for you, Caleb, and we'll let you go celebrate with your teammates. The return of Brandon Woodruff to this ballpark for the first time in a couple of years. Now, you weren't around for the last time he pitched. You're a newcomer to the organization, but you mentioned it kind of felt like a playoff atmosphere, and so much of that was because of Woody, and then what he was able to do today with 10 strikeouts. What did you see from him?
Electric. You just kind of sit back and watch. You're ready for action if the ball hits you, but you're also just kind of admiring what he's doing up there because he's such a pro up there. And as far as the team goes, he's been around in the clubhouse, obviously, but having him back on the field, it's almost just energized us. And kind of similar to what Vaughn's done, come in and really help us out and fill in for Hoskins, but having that veteran leader back, it's different, in Woodruff. So, yeah, been huge for us.
Awesome stuff, Caleb. Congratulations again. We really appreciate you sticking around to talk with us.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Caleb Durban, the hero, another walk-off. His single makes it a 3-run ninth. The Brewers beat the Washington Nationals to clinch the series. Final score was 6-5.
That was the winner, Caleb Durban. Again, our thanks to Josh Maurer. The walk-offs. Sac fly against the Red Sox, home run against the Padres, and today a single against the Nats. We'll hear from the manager, Pat Murphy, in a little bit as well here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their home state of Wisconsin. And now, Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their Pull Tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousins Pull Tab with a sub or sub-inable purchase for a chance to win Cousins Subs for a year and much more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pulltabs. One pull tab per customer per transaction per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules.
Some of our customers want a glass shower door for the look. Some want it for a better use of their space, while others need a new glass shower door just to be safe. Like a customer we had last month. Her daughter had been hounding her to turn that old bathtub of hers into a walk-in shower. She was afraid her mother might slip when there was no one around to help her. Stepping over that bathtub wall isn't exactly safe. And besides, those old bathtub floors can be kind of slippery too. Installing a new glass shower door is pretty affordable. And not only is it safer, but it also gives your bathroom a great new look. And when you stop in our showroom, you'll see just how many options we have to give you the look you want. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. And glass and mirrors have been our business for over 35 years. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Hi, I'm Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, reminding you to double-check your home. Siding Unlimited is the proven exteriors professionals for 31 years. Family-owned and locally operated right here in Wisconsin. Call Siding Unlimited and visit sidingunlimited.com.
Get in on Brewers and Nationals action July 11th through the 13th. Celebrate with the crew at the Negro Leagues tribute game on the 11th and get a 90s throwback jersey on the 12th. Get your seats now at brewers.com.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
Welcome back. I'm Dom Cotroneo, 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. It's time for our buying or selling, brought to you by Tony Wendorf & Associates. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, trust Tony Wendorf & Associates, one of the top real estate teams in Wisconsin. Part of First Weber Real Estate Services. They bring faith, family, and red carpet experience to every home deal. So let's step up to the plate together. WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. Again, WendorfTeam.firstweber.com. So what are we buying right now? I mean, obviously, the low-hanging fruit here. Well, Andrew Vaughn, what a trade. And again, I'll go back and refer to Kurt Hogue, once again, of the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. I imagine this will be in his gamer today. Since that trade, Aaron Savali has given up 18 runs in 5 games with the White Sox. In 5 games with the Brewers, Andrew Vaughn has driven in 10 runs. He bats 5th. It's not that easy. Got 4 more RBIs today. He tied in the 9th, certainly buying all the stock. And again, there are people way, 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 way smarter than you and I constantly monitoring the league within the Brewers front office. Competent front offices are always aware of the temperatures of players that they know would fit their system. Would they, A, ever become available for another team that they're identifying, or B, could they sweeten the pot by making a trade that helps out everybody? And that's exactly what happened with Quinn Priester. That's exactly what happened with Andrew Vaughn. That's exactly what happened last year with Nick Mears. You see ingredients you like, you monitor, and then you strike. And then it's, maybe it's not a household name. Granted, Andrew Vaughn's been a bona fide big leaguer for multiple seasons. But the Brewers understood, hey, him coming into this environment, being a complimentary piece, not having to be the aircraft carrier like the White Sox wanted him to be. He can still hit 25 homers and 30 doubles a year. But when he's surrounded by Contreras and Yelich and Chourio, complimentary pieces to his complimentary piece, not everybody's an aircraft carrier, and that's okay. He's a very good ball player. Great defense at first. I'm excited to see a little bit more of Andrew Vaughn as the season goes on. What are we selling? This text comes in here and kind of talks about what we've talked about before with William Contreras. Love seeing Wild Bill hit up at the plate, but I'm curious, what's his ground into the double play rate? Seems like it's just part of his game, but how can he elevate the ball just a little bit more? That's always been the story with William. Elevating the baseball is going to lead him to success, but yet this year, his fly ball rate is exactly the same as it was last year, 19%. Ground ball rate, virtually the same. A few more line drives. He hit the ball 110 on that double play in the 8th inning, and I know what you're thinking, Dom, I don't care how hard he hits the ball into the ground. You're not wrong. But what if I told you he's actually on pace to have much fewer grounded into double plays this year as opposed to last year? In fact, he led the National League in double plays in 2023. He had 23 of them. He still had a great offensive year that year. Last year, top 5 in MVP voting, 281 batting average. He still grounded into 19 double plays. Today was only his 6th. So I'm selling the panic button. Williams going to be fine. I mean, quite frankly, I had a brief conversation with him today. Fingers feeling better. But the fact that we've talked about the exit velos going up, that's been a welcome sign. I just have this gut that if you want to sell stock in William Contreras, I'll buy it. Because I think this second half is going to be massive for him moving forward, being in a pennant race and being somebody that, okay, Yelly's got going. You got another piece in Vaughn. Him batting second could really help him draw walks, hitting in front of Chourio or Yelich, whoever it is on any given day. Generally, Sal is going to be aboard for him. I really like how the lineup's constructed right now. Let's reserve judgment on William until after the trade deadline because I think he's about to break out. I really do. Let's hear from the manager, Pat Murphy. He's coming up on the other side of the break right here on your home of the Brewers, 620 WTMJ.
Coming up, more Brewers Extra Innings on WTMJ.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's been over 2 years since Bobby Carpenter had regenerative treatments at QC Kinetics. He needed relief from knee pain, but he wanted to avoid surgery.
I thought I might have to have my knee scoped, had some injuries, some lingering pain from stuff that I had been dealing with from years of playing professional football, and things had kind of flared up again. I started talking to a friend of mine who's orthopedic, and he's like, well, try to avoid surgery if you can.
And you absolutely can avoid surgery. QC Kinetics provides patients with state-of-the-art regenerative treatments, orthobiologics from your own body that help heal and restore damaged, aching joints. And we'll let Bobby tell you about that.
It was all of a sudden that one day, a couple months later, I was here, let's go jog, let's try to see what I could do. And the more I did, I was pain-free with it, and it was actually a pretty remarkable process.
Before going under the knife, see if you're a candidate for non-surgical joint pain treatments at QC Kinetics. Call them today.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Welcome back to Brewers Extra Innings.
First pitch. Line drive, base hit right center. It's headed into the gap and all the way to the wall. Churio's in. Yelich is going to score, and we are tied. It's Vaughn's world, and we're just living in it.
That's our Surfside play of the game. Surfside iced tea and vodka, Surfside lemonade and vodka, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers and paired perfectly with a day at the ballpark. It's stocked at American Family Field all season long. Brewers win 6-5. That was the game-tying double from Vaughn in the bottom of the ninth. How about this from Kyle Finnegan? Again, he hasn't had a save since June 6th for the Nats because they've only won 8 games since June 6th. But furthermore, in his last 3 attempts to get a save, he's 0 for 3. 3 blown saves in that stretch. Whew. Brewers got to him in the ninth. They win it 6-5. Pat Murphy talking to the media after the game.
Murph, just what about this week? I mean, going all the way back to Woodruff, we were just talking about, you go back to Woodruff's start in Miami. It's just been an incredible week.
It's been a good week. I mean, it's about people, man. You know, it really is about people. You got to win baseball games, and you can get on streaks, and you can do things, but people, you know, if there wasn't a player in that dugout that didn't believe Durban was going to do something good. And if he didn't, they would have said, well, that's just baseball, but we believe he's going to do something good. And every time Yelich is in those situations, he kind of like unobtrusively does something to help us. And when he doesn't, somebody. And then you got Vaughn, who's just in a great spot in his career in that he got a new life with a new organization and went to AAA, wasn't sure, got the chance to come up, and the kid is just, I mean, I haven't seen a kid come up and put on a week like this, even any of our young guys. But this guy was that hitter. He was that hitter 3 or 4 years ago, you know, and he just wasn't in these environments, and I think he's probably enjoying himself his first week in baseball, first week here, you know. You know, a lot of good performances, but, you know, Woody, you know, didn't have his best stuff, didn't have as good a stuff, but it punched out 10 in 4 1/3, you know, like, it's pretty impressive, you know, and it's just to think Woody going out there being a pitcher, you know, and that was masterful in that, not feeling great and still giving his team a chance, you know.
How do you think he handled the emotion of today? And also, do you think your guys, the response had a little to do with like picking him up?
Well, I know they all respect Woody, and they respect what we got going on, and that's just, for any of us on the coaching staff, that just feels great that the guys kind of respect, like winning's really important to us, and they respect it, and they a lot of times put themselves second, when it comes to, focusing on the team. You can see on the celebrations. And I think you think of that, you think of all the teams that walk people off, whether they're winning teams or not winning teams. You can't necessarily see it, but I know it because I'm around them every day, and I know where we came from. I know what it was like to open the season 0-4 and go through the doldrums where people are like, what's going on, Yeah, it's just pretty neat.
Stereo come off the cooler, like you always say, come out of the cooler to take that extra base there in that ninth inning. What does that say about just his ability to stay engaged? Because he didn't start the game, but to come in and have that impact and have
Yeah, that's the great thing about having the right people. So this kid every day says, I want to stay in the big leagues, and I'll do anything I can to stay in the big leagues. He plays every position on the diamond. He practices like that, and he's got a seriousness about how he goes about it. So he doesn't get the playing time, but knows if I want to stay here, when I come in, I've got to be a good base runner. I've got to be able to get a bunt down. I've got to be able to make contact. And he's done that for us. I mean, I just love what he's done. And I think sitting in the cooler last year and getting comfortable in the cooler, you know what I mean, helped him handle the cooler this year.
Would you think that Lone would have caught that ball at first if Monster is at second?
Yes. Because you play differently, right? I think it's absolutely changed what they had to do.
Brevon Woodruff, you said he wasn't feeling the best. Do you kind of expect this as he goes forward, that it's going to be a little bit of a roller coaster?
I think so. But to know, I guess he's got to feel like, never in his life did he pitch at 91, 92 and punch out 10 in 4 innings. And this is a good offensive club. I mean, there's some weapons in there. And to see him navigate that and William and him work together, I thought it was, he's a pitcher. Now, beware if he gets that 97, 98 back,
You talked about the belief in Caleb there at the end by the team. That belief, has to help even down just 2, heading into that inning as well.
Yeah, I think it happens. We didn't hit any homers today, so it's like it happens when Churio gets on, and then Yelich is going to put together an AB, and Yelich gets on. Now it takes that big hit, and then the belief just sets in. And a lot went our way too. I mean, he hit a ball right into that area where, between right and left fielder, and Yelich is one of the few guys that's going to score easy from first. There's not too many guys on the team, on any team, that score from first. He cuts the bases. That would be something fun. Stern could do this because he's really, to see the time Yelich takes to go from his lead to home and compare it to other guys in that spot. I guarantee you he cuts the bases as good as anyone.
We actually do have that data, Murph. He's one of the best. We'll have a larger talk about it tomorrow on Brewers Warm-Up, but for Yelly, that actually wasn't even his fastest first-to-home time of the season. He's actually broken 10 seconds before in the past, too. Granted, that was because he was running on the pitch, but just about 10 seconds, which, when you think about it, it's got to go 90 for 90 times 3. You get a secondary lead, obviously, from first base, so it's a little less than 270 feet. But 270 feet making 2 turns, trying to score, trying to hit 2 bags, got to count your strides. Cuts those bags. We've all heard the line from Bill Schroeder before. Let's say goodnight after this on 620 WTMJ.
On deck, more Brewers Extra Innings.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Real Estate Services, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Tony Wendorf and Associates. Trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us today at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
Over 60 years in business, with over 60 vehicles out in the field so we can respond ultra quickly to your emergency AC needs. When you call Quality for emergency AC service, you can count on a swift response to get the job done right away. So if the heat's got you to the point where it's just too hot to handle, call Quality and we'll get you the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric. When you need commercial or residential plumbing service, you need it now. Call Quality. We have over a 60-year track record of taking care of people. And with over 60 vehicles ready to respond to your needs, we'll be there in a hurry, so you won't have to worry. This is Anthony Zaneski. For commercial or residential plumbing service, call Quality and get the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Hi, this is Jeff Levering with the Brewers Radio Network. Ridgetop Exteriors, Wisconsin's trusted name in home improvement, does more than just top-quality roofing. They're your go-to for maintenance-free siding and energy-efficient windows, too. Ridgetop has expert credentials with leading manufacturers like Pella, James Hardie, and LP Smart Siding. For over 20 years, they delivered exceptional craftsmanship and service. Call Ridgetop Exteriors today or visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Ridgetop Exteriors, where customer service always comes first.
Ridgetop Exteriors.
This is Brewers Extra Innings.
I'm on top of the world.
All right, last 90 seconds of the program. Give you the schedule for tomorrow. Freddie Peralta choosing not to pitch in the All-Star game. He will pitch tomorrow. Maybe double dip. Maybe he'll face the Dodgers next weekend, too. He's going to get the ball. And Jake Irvin will go for the Nats tomorrow. We're on the air at noon. I've got you covered for Brewers warm-up. Then the game starts at 1:10. We will have one more Brewers Extra Innings post-game show for you of this first half. And then I'm not talking to you guys for a few days. Then after that, there will be a taped Brewers Weekly on Thursday for your podcast feeds. That'll be at 8 o'clock on Thursday, taping it because it's the All-Star break, and we've got some topics to cover, obviously, as we get closer to the All-Star break. And then the next Brewers Weekly that follows that, so not the 17th, but the 24th, that will be our trade deadline preview show. And because the following week, the 31st, that is the trading deadline. So we will have plenty to talk about by that point. That is going to do it for us today. My thanks to our producer, Evan Witalison. I'm Dom Cotroneo. Let's look for a sweep tomorrow. It's 6 in a row for the crew. Time to get greedy on the homestand. See you tomorrow. Until then, keep on swinging.
Hey, ESPN Milwaukee fans.